Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders, teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity to you. I say shalom. Brother Khan from the set of the Lions of Judah, just around here in Chicago to you. I say shalom. Coming at y'all with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The title of this video is going to be titled History of the Israelites and its affiliation with the word Negro. So starting off in this book, From Nature Knows No Color Line by J.A. Rogers, page 123. And before I read the passage, man, this video is for those that don't understand or quite grasp the concept of us saying that we are the Israelites from out of the Bible. All right, so we're going to go into history to, state our claim. And it reads, Watts says an interesting gradation of all shades down to the black is exhibited by the Jews, all right? Especially dark were the Jews of Spain and Portugal. The Portuguese Jews were very dark, says Pritchard. All right, now you probably thinking when he said that they were dark, they wasn't black people, but I'm gonna read on. It says, the Portuguese Jews were very dark, says Pritchard. The Duchess d'Ambros's wife of Napoleon's ambassador to Portugal said that the Jew, the Negro, and the Portuguese could be seen in a single person. So dark were the Jews, especially of Portugal and southern Spain, that many whites thought all Jews were black or dark. So we're going to go to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. All right. Webster's New World Dictionary, 3rd College Edition. Negro, a member of any of the indigenous dark-skinned peoples of Africa living chiefly south of the Sahara, or a person having some African ancestries, a black. So that's what the word Negro means. Now, it said that the Negro and the Jew and the Portuguese could be seen in one single person. And we're going to deal with that, right? So now going to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 213, and it reads, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Okay, so the Negroes are not descendants from the indigenous African groups, okay? So now going to the book From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor, page 115, the title, The Expulsion of the Jews from Spain and Portugal. So when you think about the Moors, the Portuguese Jews, the Israelites, the Negroes, they are all the same people. They just went under different alias names, all right? And it reads, it was AD 1492, January 2nd, when the Moorish stronghold of Granada surrendered to the armies of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella for the first time since the year 711. All of Spain was in Christian hands. The decree to expel the Jews from Spain was signed on March 31st. All right, so they put a decree to kick all the Jews from out of Spain because they had took over for a numerous amount of centuries. All right, and it reads, Moorish kings of Granada, the reason given for the expulsion of the Jews was that it was thought they corrupted the Moranos. Jews converted to Christianity, okay? So you see that right there, said Jews converted to Christianity. So, you know what I'm saying, this is how people became Christians under Christianity today, man. All right, but they were Jews before that, man. Page 116. And I'm just skimming through. You know, you could buy this book on Amazon for about maybe $16. You know, it's titled From Babylon to Timbuktu, Rudolph R. Windsor. Page 116, and it reads, expelled from Spain and Portugal were scattered throughout the Mediterranean coast. It is estimated that over 100,000 Jews departed from Spain and Portugal during the persecutions of the expulsions. Some of these Jews went to Northern Europe, Italy, and Turkey, but most of them went to Muslim countries of Northern and Western Africa. These black Jews would naturally go to Africa, these black Jews would go to African countries most of all because of less persecution, and they could distinguish themselves easily among blacks. It's saying RHMLs gives a graphic description of the Portuguese Jews. Baruch Spinoza, middle-sized, good features, skin somewhat black, black curly hair, long eyebrows of the same color. All right, so that one might know by his looks that he was a descendant of Portuguese Jews. Okay, so this is why we say that we are the Jews. Okay, it's the book of Acts 13 verse 1, and it reads, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Negro. Okay, so it's spelled with one G, but that word, that when you look up the word nigger or Niger, it means black. So the prophets was called nigger. Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22, and it reads, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Okay, so when you do your history and your research, all this stuff comes together like a neat tie, all right, or a neat bow. It all comes together like a neat bow. So after the Jews fled to West Africa, they were living in certain regions, okay, among the other nations. Okay, so this is page 84 from Babylon to Timbuktu, and it reads, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it had been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Okay, so we did this in the year 70 AD. We fled into Africa. Now, the Moors did that when the decree was put out in the persecution. Okay, when they were being persecuted, they fled again. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, like the word Negro, the word Portuguese, the word Moor, all these words are synonymous with Israelite. Okay, and I hope this video was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. With that, shalom. One last scripture. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, what advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed to oracles of God. So it is an advantage being an Israelite. So with that, shalom. I bid you a shalom.